Welcome to the People Relations Podcast, the podcast series brought to you by People Relations HR Consulting, where we talk with business and HR leaders around the globe. In each episode, we will discuss exclusive insights, strategies, and advice to help you make better people decisions in your business. For show notes and incredible bonus resources, simply visit www.peoplerelations.com.au. Okay, let's get started. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining again. Good to have you along. I'm looking forward to my conversation today with JOSE Diaz Luna. He's the HR Director of Grupo Bimbo. With 77 years of history, Bimbo is amongst the most chosen brands in Latin America and is the global leader in the baking industry. They have more than 100 brands and over 140,000 employees in 34 countries. Jose, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you to you, Pamela. I'm really excited. I'm really nervous about the participation in this podcast, but I'm trying to do my best. Really appreciate the opportunity to share and talking about a topic that I really like to talk about.
That's fantastic. You are passionate about the topic we are going to discuss today, that is EVP, Employee Value Proposition. But before we get into it, Jose, thank you so much for being here. It's my honor with a great HR experience and career you have until the date. So Bimbo has headquarters in Mexico, but you are from Spain and you relocated to Mexico quite some years back.
Around 16 years ago, I arrived to Mexico in 2008. It was a personal decision. I started to work in Bimbo in Mexico. I have been working in 4 cities of Mexican Republic. I know exactly the center of the Republic, and I have the great opportunity to work in the Southeast and visit a lot of times Cancun and Riviera Maya and all the beautiful beach that Mexico has.
What a lovely area.
Yes, but my 7 last years, I have been working in the headquarters of Santa Fe in Mexico City, of course.
Beautiful. And before relocating to Mexico, Jose, you were in HR as well, helping DHL Express back in Spain.
Exactly. I'm from Spain. Exactly. I'm from Valencia. And I have the opportunity to work 6 years from DHL in Valencia.
Fantastic. So Bimbo has a long history, a lot of brands, more than 100 brands across supermarkets and mini markets as well, in many countries in Latin America, and quite a lot of big headcount as well in 34 countries. We'll get into what Bimbo does, but with Jose today, we will be discussing what is Employee Value Proposition, or EVP, and why this is important for your business, how it can be used to promote employee engagement, branding, and recruitment for attracting new talent.
Correct, exactly.
Beautiful. Let's dive into Employee Value Proposition.
Exactly. I try to explain my experience when I was working from Bimbo and how we applied this important campaign to all the company to develop the employee branding and specifically talking about the experience that we call EVP. In Bimbo was AVP because in Bimbo, the word employee, we don't use it. We use associate.
Associate.
Yes.
Perfect. So Jose today will be sharing a presentation while we discuss what EVP is, why it's important for your business, how you can best utilize it. And this is a presentation that Jose has designed and executed at Grupo Bimbo a few years back.
Yes, of course, it's a program that we apply. I had the opportunity to be the leader of the headquarters. Bimbo has more or less 13 organizations. One of the organization was the headquarters, Corporativo. So I was the leader of EVP for our listening to this organization, to organization Corporativo Bimbo. This was a presentation, it's a kind of summary about, and I want to share with our listener and try to explain how we develop this kind of important value proposition. First of all, when we are talking about value proposition, I like to talk about two related but distinct concepts. I'm talking about employer branding, and I'm talking about employee value proposition. When we are talking about EVP, or remember for Bimbo AVP, we are talking about experience. How the employees and how the future's employee experience the complete cycle of life working in a company as Grupo Bimbo or other companies you want to develop. And I really like to show this example. Why? Because I like Batman. This is the reality. When you're talking about employer branding, you remember the sign called Batman. But well, in company as Bimbo, we are talking about how can what things we can promise for our employees. You can be like that. Batman is cool, aggressive. So this is the value proposition. I like this example because with two images, we can show the difference exactly between employer branding and value proposition. When we're talking about value proposition, we like to talk about a promise that the employer make to all the present and future. This is important because we're talking about present employees and we're talking about future candidates. Okay? For what? For attract, motivate, and engage the best talent for our company. And we like to talk about some questions. The first question is, why you can work in a company of Grupo Bimbo? What do you think? What do you believe about us? No? And of course, what we promise for you. What you are going to experience if you come to work in Grupo Bimbo. Okay?
So it's all about the employee experience.
Exactly. We're talking about employee experience and we're talking about what we can promise to our future candidates. And remember, there are a third party that be part of this employer branding or this value proposition, the people who interact with the candidate or with the employee. The employees and the candidate has family, has friends. Okay, we can offer on a brand. Bimbo products, food, product snacks, product bread, baker products, a lot of things. No? First of all, we need to think in how is the proposal or how is this promise aligned to the business. Okay? For who is this proposal? Okay? In particular, what type of work this carry out? And of course, how we can position our business and our reputation. Okay? What is relevant for whom?
Perfect.
For whom? Because we need to retain, we need to attract, and we need to talking about the branding proposition. Okay?
So if your employer brand is a promise that you make to your current and future employees, then your employee value proposition is how you keep that promise.
You understand very well the concept of the difference between employer branding and value proposition. Okay, we need to work in the message. What is the message that we want to build? And it's the message who means the difference. The question here is why I want to work in Grupo Bimbo or why I can work in another company. This is the message that you need to build. The message that you can distinguish for the competitors. Okay? And obviously, in all the experience, we need to talk about 5 specific moments. I like to call moments of truth. Okay, I am talking about attraction. The moment that you made a call, you need to manage this kind of message. In Bimbo, we're talking about, obviously, the mission of Grupo Bimbo is nourish our world, not to nourish our world. In this employee value proposition, in Bimbo, we would like to talk about nourish your life. And all the message that the experience build is nourish your life. Okay, this is the moment that you are in the process of attraction, that you are in the moment of selection and recruitment, then you are in onboarding, you are working in the company, you need to take care a lot the onboarding of the employees. When we're talking about development opportunity, when we're talking about training, when we're talking about, I don't know, learning, And of course, we need to think in the offboarding process. Okay, I choose leave the company or some problem. Okay, we need to take care what the employees that were going to say after working in Bimbo. Remember, there is a maximum in human resources. When I was studying my master degree in human resources, I remember a teacher that said me, candidate equal to customer or client.
Perfect.
That
That's
you need to
brilliant.
think about your clients, and you need to think about when the people are not working from Grupo Bimbo or for your company, because I'm talking because I had the experience to work in that in Grupo Bimbo. But this program, the real importance of the real value of this kind of program is you can apply to all the companies. And it's important. It not matter the size, not matter the core business of the company. You can use this for attract, retain, and retention the best talent that you need to have for achieve your goal. So who lived experience? We're talking about candidates, we're talking about employees, we're talking about former employees, and we're talking about everyone who interacts with the company. This is the importance of this kind of program. Okay, and be precise of the 5 moments of truth. We need to talk about attraction. We want to consider our company as the first option. Why I'm going to work in Grupo Bimbo? Why am I going to work in another company? And we must send the message that they want to hear and they want to can offer, okay?
Perfect.
When we talk about selection and recruitment, we need to talk about the promise. The promise is how do you expect? How do you want to feel in the company? Okay, you need to work in the candidate. Okay, I'm waiting for you. I really need to work that the candidate really feels that the company waits for him. This is really important to say. It's the same when you are going to resign the first day in a company, the candidate need to feel, okay, this company waits for me. This is our experience that we need to show, okay? The
Absolutely.
same, when you are working in the company, you need to think about development. What happens is I have opportunity to promote. What happens is I have the opportunity to have a training, to have some kind of learning. You need to take care always and always manage the message that you want to build. When you promote something, the candidate or the employee in this case need to feel the company is proud about the promotion. He need to feel that the company recognize and the effort that the employee did for having this promotion is what really rewards for the company. And the last step is when you are going to finish the relationship of the work relationship, we need to appreciate the time that the employee give to the company.
Absolutely, Jose. And to add to this, regardless of the reason why that termination is happening, whether it is volunteer or involunteer for any reasons. So always make sure that you provide a good experience regardless of that. So it's how you manage the communications, how do you make people feel, those people that are not
Exactly.
going to be part of your company anymore. But definitely that's the way to look after your brand and look after your people, to maintain good relationships, because those people are going to potentially be consumers or be talking to new employees in new companies, in new business, or even to their families. So always make sure that you provide a good employee experience, regardless someone is an employee, is no longer an employee, or it's never been an employee.
Yes, of course. And it doesn't matter the real reason why the employee left from the company. You need to take care all the moments. When the employee, remember, when the employee even is a candidate, you need to take care of this moment. When the employee work for you, you need to take care of all the moments. And when the employee don't work for you, you need to take care that what the thought or what the feeling that the employee had from the company.
So something to take into account, that employee value proposition, it's not only for your current employees, for your current staff, but it's also considering those potential future employees, your current employees, and the former employees, those that are no longer working for your business, but once belong to your brand.
And remember, everybody who interacts with the company.
And
If
that
you are
is
a candidate, you have friends, you have family, you have no people that you know. Okay, there are possible or there are potential customers for your company. Okay,
fantastic.
then
Fantastic.
the family or the friends with the people that are not working for Grupo Bimbo.
Yes.
This is what I'm talking about, and this is what we need to develop of the company. And they all really made me an important question. Why is important for a company? No matter the size, no matter the core business of the company. I like to say that it's really a powerful tool to attract, engage, and retain the talent in a highly competitive market. I really like this sentence. This is true. Imagine thinking in having in your organization the best talent. Why? Because you have a unique experience to provide to your employee. Imagine if all of your employees are engaged and satisfied. You are dealing with your turnover. You are dealing with the absentee. I don't know, a lot of KPIs for human resources. What happens if the employee need that expectation or the need that the employee has are really attend for the company? Thinking in that. And obviously, if you have that, imagine how is going to be the performance or the successful of your company. Okay, and remember, this is a reason when you're talking about the reputation, the brand reputation, and the external perception from the people who interact for your company. In summary, EVP can help to build a high performance, a successful organization plan. This is the reason because it no matter what is the size, no matter what is the business of your company, build or working and have the best talent, working and have the best talent, even they are engaged and they are satisfied, you are going to achieve all the goals that you are planning in the future. My recommendation, if you don't have an EVP program, it doesn't matter, you can try and you are going to see immediately the result of this kind of program.
Absolutely, Jose, couldn't agree more. There is a rule of thumb. So anything that happens with your business, can this be on the front page of a newspaper and it will make you proud or not? So that is the reputation, right? We know there are many scandals with several companies out there with underpaying their employees, and we know the impact that it has.
We live in a world that wherever the company or a person said or do, you have a lot of media, a lot of internet, a lot of social media, and you are in a really risk to everything that you do in your company has a big impact in the world because there are a lot of media to communicate that, no? You every day you can see Twitter, TikTok, a lot of applications.
Exactly. So it's what people are saying about your brand, and whether they are consumers or employees, that's what it builds the brand. And coming back to your great original example about Batman, is we all recognize the branding, right?
To be cool because you are working in your company, you are going to be like Batman, no?
And Batman's value proposition is, I'm a hero, I save the world. And it gives you a positive feeling to see that because you know that Batman is saving the world, whether you like Batman or not.
Superman or wherever, you're going to be a superhero because you're working here. No, or you have the, no. This is that you say this is very important.
Yes.
Yeah, and the real value when you're thinking in all the products, okay, how I can say for retain and attract the best talent? Okay, I immediately everybody think, okay, I need to pay more. I'm going to be, I don't know, flexible hours or another kind of benefit or perks. Not exactly. You need to provide an experience. If you have a real good experience that the employee or the future employee or the candidate, that wherever you can offer, or you can, okay, what I offer for you, I'm offer grow opportunity, I offer training, I offer continuously learning, I offer an experience, I offer work balance. This is how we're
Yes,
talking about. You don't need pay more than the competitor. You need to provide an experience.
exactly, Jose. I think it's key for any EVP program to be successful. Make sure
Exactly.
that you designed who you want to be, and then there are many tools and ways in order to show that to the world. And that comes through, as we were saying, your employees, your clients, your customers, your consumers. That's your brand.
Exactly. This is really important, Pam. And in my experience, I always recommend this kind of program, no? This is the thing that I learned working from Grupo Bimbo, and I know this kind of program work for any organization that you want to apply. You need to work in the message that you want to communicate. This is the key for that.
Absolutely. That was a great presentation to understand why EVP is so important for the success of your business and how it's going to help you as well to have the right people in place when you need them and the best talent in the market so that you can achieve the business strategy in the end. Jose, from your perspective, what are the top 3 HR initiatives or strategies that any business should prioritize so that they can foster a thriving and engaged workplace?
In my perspective, if I need to say 3 things that all the company or the business need to prioritize in the future, I like to talk about employee development and growth opportunities. I'm talking about training programs. I'm talking about mentorship opportunities. How to build a career development plan. This is very difficult to provide, no? Remember, if you invest in your employees' professional growth, you are going to be more satisfied and more committed employees. The other thing that I want or I really recommend is working in employee well-being and work-life balance. With all the situation of the COVID-19, our world was changed. So we need to think and have employees that are physical and with mental health. How we promote balance and really how we reduce a concept that that always exists, but is what really developed in the pandemic. Is what I'm talking about burnout. How to reduce the burnout. Okay, and the third thing that I recommend is working in an effective communication and employee engagement. Okay, you need to think in meetings, you need to think in employee service, you need to think in suggestion problem, you need to think in social platform and the employee can say wherever that they want to say. This is the 3 things that I really recommend for all the business to prioritize in the future. Yes?
Perfect. To recap a little bit, was rethinking the employee experience and also ensuring that you have a good plan that is not only the brand of your products and services, but how you do fulfill your mission and how you treat your people.
Absolutely, Pam.
Absolutely.
You're
That is great
very
advice. Thanks, Jose. And what do you think the future looks like for work? What should listeners
well.
do to prepare?
There are things that are related with the last question. All the companies need to work in the automation and the artificial intelligence. All the
Right.
routines and repetitive tasks, they are going to disappear. Why? Because the employee and the workers need to think in what kind of things really add value to the business, not in the activities that really you can reply by a machine. Okay, you need to work in the remote and flexible work. Obviously it's very difficult because you need to make rules for that, but remember, with the COVID-19 situation, the world was changed. Start to working remotely. Example, this kind of podcast working very well, and this is a fluent conversation that we are talking about, that we are doing. So the companies need to work in the remote and flexible work in the position that they can really have the opportunity to do that. You need to think in lifelong learning and adaptability. You need to emphasize the soft skills. I'm talking about communication, I'm talking about collaboration, I'm talking about leadership, empathy, the cultural intelligence. And obviously, we live in a volatile environment. We need to develop the agility and the adaptability to all the employees that we have in the companies, because we are need to face with the challenge from the future. So we need to work in that. This is very important. In my experience, this is the thing that we need to think in the future. And I'm talking about a leader headline, no? You need, okay, how we develop the communication. Okay, why? Because we are going to work in the future in more remote. Okay, we need to have the ability to deal for as a leader with employees and in a remote environment or in a flexible, because if you have this opportunity to do that. So, well, this is my recommendation. I hope with this recommendation we can help our listeners.
I think we will. Thank you, Jose, so much. I think it's a matter of adapting to the new times. Everything is moving fast, and we need to stay up to date and try and start thinking about how we can adapt to the changes. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for your time, Jose, and all the best.
Yes, thank you. I want to say very thank you for the opportunity to share my experience in your podcast, Pam. I need to say it was my first podcast. I really appreciate this opportunity, Pam.
Fantastic. You've done really well for your first podcast. It'll be very interesting to share your experience with the world and all the great achievements you've done for such a big brand as Grupo Bimbo and before that DHL. Thank you so much for your time again, Jose. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Yes, thank you, Pan. Have a nice day.
Have a good day. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to the People Relations Podcast. We hope that today's discussion helps you find new ways to make better people decisions within your business. For additional insights and resources, remember to visit our website at peoplerelations.com.au. If you found value in this episode, please like and share the show with your friends who are dedicated to running and growing their businesses. We can't wait to have you back next time for more great conversations. Until then, take care and see you soon.